Hey, how y'all doing tonight? What's up? It's Craven. And this is part of the thing. I mean, I was going to be out here doing a news show and let you know what's happening around the world. It was almost going to be one of those news of the world things when, it's like somebody finds an alligator on their porch and stuff like, well, those are the worldwide weird news stories that I was going to cover for you tonight, but I'm not really going to do that. I'm just going to do some stuff that I know. And one thing I know is, hey, the weather's nice here where I live in Plant City, and I got Robin here, sitting here with me. Say something, Robin. Say hello to everybody.
Hello to all the listeners. We're here and we're live. Tune in.
Tune into what? Oh, yeah.
Tune in to Craven.
Oh. Well, thanks. So, for whatever it's worth, that microphone still sounds a little funny. All right, that's all good. But, yeah, you know what? I made a successful journey down to get a mop. And I think that's probably an important thing. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I got a mop anyhow. So, after I did that, I was like, man, what am I going to do tonight? I'm going to do a radio show here to kind of catch up on what's going on. And here's why. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing all this. I'm doing this because coming up soon, I'm going to do a really cool racing program. And I'm going to cover some of the stuff that goes on in NASCAR, Xfinity, and all the other stuff that's going on. But guess what? And there's something that I had an opportunity to do, and actually Robin had an opportunity to do, and that was go to the pre-party and soiree before the St. Pete Grand Prix with the Racers Group. Now, Ron Galletti was involved in that, too. And, it was a really great opportunity to go meet some people, meet the drivers, and find out. Because, a lot of people forget about this series and what it does and how it rolls. Well, the truth is that, I don't know how to say it, but these guys spend a lot of bucks. You think NASCAR spends a lot of bucks? $1 million a race car or whatever? Yeah, they do. But these guys are doing this, they're doing a road course, essentially, most of the time, all the time. Left and right, up and down, and round and around they go. So the Racers Group, Bob Page, and
Kevin Buckner.
And Kevin Buckner, yeah, invited us to go, and then we went and met with them, interviewed some people, and the drivers, and it was a great thing. I'm going to be bringing you all video on that. But a lot of people have forgotten about that, about all the Grand Prix racing and GT Series and IMSA and all the other stuff that's going on. So we're going to have a lot more to do. Well, I'm going to have a video actually for you guys so that you can tune in and see what we have going on with that particular platform and that level of news with racing. So, as far as the racing goes, I mean, it's one thing or the other. I was going to get into we have a co-host. I was going to get into the issue with the Xfinity guys that got in a fight. But, I know y'all saw everybody was going, all right, we're not going to find these two guys, Kyle and... I mean, it was like there was some bad blood because somebody got kind of messed up a little bit, run off the road. But I did have some things to talk about Phoenix was the next time around, which I think for some reason the 22 got even with the 18 because he was leading the race. And Kyle Busch was leading the race, and then all of a sudden, boom, next thing you know, it was like, wow, somebody hit the wall. Who was it? Oh, it was a 22. Yeah, there you go. So the 18 is like, wait, wow. Then everybody went to the pits to get some tires. 5 minutes later, Newman wins. Well, 31 or whatever. And I'm like, man, really? Okay, so this is a lot of drama all of a sudden. Because you had a bunch of guys up front that run up front all day and kept on and on and on and on. And the next thing you know, it was like, how did this shift this way? Well, all we were doing was sitting there watching NASCAR, and the next thing you know, everything gets blown up. Now, Logano, I'm going to say, all right, he's not really the 22. He's not really my favorite driver. Neither is Keselowski in the 2, but it is what it is. But for some reason, Kyle Busch had that thing sewed up, and when the 22 hit the wall, bam. All right, everybody went to the pits except a couple of guys that wanted to risk it. They risked it on old tires. It went into overtime. The horrid outcome for some people is like, how did Newman win? I don't understand how that boy won. Well, I understand. Because I'm going to stay out. Screw all this. I'm going to take my chances. Probably his crew chief told him to do that. I'm not sure. But I can tell you this. It was a kind of a weird thing. I sat there and watched that race, and I was like, really? How did this happen? Well, I know. Well, you're going to go to the pits. And when you go to the pits, the whole field went to the pits, essentially, except for, 3-4 guys. Wow. And sometimes that's a good idea because, you never know. Well, once it went into overtime, then it's a green-white checker event, right? The other thing I wanted to talk about, oh, God, it's so strange how NASCAR decided they're going to, we're just going to make this into 3 different stages, segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. And yeah, sure, you can win the first stage and the second stage or the third stage. The bottom line is when the checkered flag falls, you have to be that guy. You're the guy that won. Who cares about this, it's compartmentalized, segmentized, or however you want to say it. No, man. What do? They break it down into 3 separate things, and I'm not really all about that. And I was like, why the hell are they doing that? Oh, I don't know. Does it make any sense to me? No sense to me, but it is what it is. And I'm not really a big fan of it. I hate to say it that way, but just not really a big fan of it all. So, you guys can call in and give me your opinions if you want to, but at 813-756-6444, I'm just not really a big fan of the way that NASCAR is kind of just like, they've kind of taken this thing and made it really kind of strange. I know. I'm old and I can't get used to a change. Not what I'm used to. Okay, what you saw between the 2 guys, you saw Kyle Busch and Logano tagging it up out there in the pits, and fist fights. That's what I was used to. I mean, we used to say, all right, you go to the fist fights and a race breaks out. Usually, that's how it was back in the old days, and now all this new, we got to send everybody to charm school. I'm not really into that, but...
Well, I'm going to give you my take on this, Craven.
Okay, it's about time. Let me know what you want.
I'm going to tell you, I never was a fan of racing in my entire life. Oh, and then there goes my microphone, but I'll put it back in. I've never been a racing car fan. I'm from New Jersey, and a lot of people up there are, but not my thing. I'm a baseball, football fan. Don't know anything about racing. Never did, never have. And then because my uncle lives in South Carolina, I found out about NASCAR. Watched it, fell asleep to it, couldn't sit there and watch somebody go around the track a million times. Bored me. And then Craven last year introduced me to NASCAR once again. Had a great year watching NASCAR. Opened up my eyes to the technology, the intricacies of race car, and everything about it. And then I started learning about the regulations and all the exciting things that go on in race car. Then I had the pleasure, just a month ago, of meeting Mr. Bob Page. Mr. Bob Page of the Racers Group opened my eyes, and I found a whole new world. And you know what? It has expanded me into a new dimension. The Racers Group has so much to offer for people. And then Bob and I started talking. He was talking about the bucket list. And you know what? I'm not a guy. I'm a girl. And yeah, I act like a guy and I'm a tomboy. But the thing is that there's a lot of guys out there that their dream is to get into one of these cars, get in the seat, and run. And I know it's every guy's adrenaline rush to get in there and race around that track, to be the racer car driver for the day. And that's what the Racer Group does. They go out there and they've got the drivers and they'll sit with you, and as part of their bucket list to get out there, you can contact Mr. Bob Page. And you know what? When you're at a trade show or an event, they do things all year round. It's about, what is your bucket list? Think about it in life. You know, my brother wanted a parachute. He did it. I don't have a bucket list, but a lot of people do. I did everything I wanted to do in my life, and I'm very blessed that way. I don't have a bucket list. My bucket list is seeing my son, and that's coming very shortly here. That's all I want in my life, to see my son and my mother one last time. Some people want to jump out of a plane, want to go to Disney World, want to drive a racing car, whatever it may be. But you know what? The Racers Group has that for you. So if you want to get in the seat of one of these cars, I mean, I have never seen bigger, wide eyes than Ron and Craven looking at those cars down at Dimmick Cadillac. And we want to thank you, Dimmick Cadillac. We appreciate all you did for us that night, and the Racers Group, and the Adobe Road Winery. You guys showed us an exciting night, and let me tell you something, the guys were in awe with those cars. I can't help it. You got to look at those cars and think, wow, I'd like to ride in one of them. So to Dimmick Cadillac and all your team and all the team of the Racers Group, we really appreciate everything you guys did. And then also, we want to thank our bartenders there that night and our catering people, and we'll promote you guys. Let me tell you something.
We did have some fun with that, I'm telling you.
We had a great night, and the videotape, which is being edited by Born to Ride magazine, will be here soon and be up on our website. But I'm going to tell you something. Those guys, Kevin Buckner, Bob Page, and the racers that Craven interviewed, they were nothing but professional, the greatest team. I met the greatest team from California. If you guys want to tune into something, look up www.theracersgroup.com. Also, look up www.adoberoadwinery.com. They've got events near you all over the nation. They're coming to your town soon. And these guys,
and I like wine,
really appreciate the fact that people are getting involved and coming out to their events. They've got some great events going on. Be part of it. If nothing else in your life, it's a great thing for corporations to do. You know, everybody's always gone to football games, baseball games, basketball games, blah, 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 blah. I've been in the business forever. I own my own business. And so he's like, "Oh, I'm going to take you to a football game, baseball game." Who the heck gets to get in the seat of a racing car and go around the track for an adrenaline rush? Go get it, boys, girls, enjoy. Hey, even Danica Patrick would be the first one to tell you, ladies, and I am all about women. You need to get behind the seat of that steering wheel and have fun at least once in your life. Live your dream. Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When we were talking about all that, and we went to that soiree, like I said, and got to meet the drivers and the owners and a bunch of people that were involved heavily in racing. And you know what? That's a different kind of racing because everybody looks at it like, okay, everyone knows what NASCAR is, but not everyone knows what sports car racing is all about. And I'm going to tell you, you can go to a lot of experiences like Richard Petty's got one in the NASCAR thing, and you can go around in circles, and it's kind of fun, and everything's good. But a lot of this sports car stuff's been overlooked. Now, what's happening? They're heading back to California to race over at I think it's over Laguna Seca. I forget where exactly it was. I did not write all my notes down because I wrote some notes down about what happened over at Phoenix. That was a firefight for what it's worth. It wasn't as it wasn't as much fist fighting as the day before. I mean the week before. Sorry. These guys had absolutely went out there and drove their hearts out and did the best thing they could. And then, you had, I think it was Kevin Harvick came in like sixth place, and Keselowski came in like, I don't know, fourth place or whatever it was. And then because NASCAR got so technical about everything, they suspended the crew chiefs, fined them. Well, and let's see, I made some notes about that. In Harvick's case, it was not much but a slap on the wrist. 1 points race. His guy misses, and then unfortunately for Keselowski, I mean his guy got like 65. Oh man, really? A $65,000 fine, got suspended. That was Wolf. This guy, Paul Wolf, has been his crew chief for a long time on the 2-car. And $65,000, really? I just wish I had $65. But they beat him up pretty bad over there because when you go through the post-race inspection, you have to pass. When it was a measurements thing, there was not a lot of great detail. NASCAR never gives you great detail. And the one thing about the 4-car, it was a track bar issue, really. So you're going to suspend his crew chief just one points race. Both these guys lost their, that's what they say, NASCAR says, is their positions in the finish were encumbered. Plus, they hit them up for 10 driver points and 10 owner points. That's a lot at the end of the year. And when you get back to the end of that series and you're at Homestead or wherever they race the last races, they're probably going to go back to Homestead. Trust me, it ain't pretty because the points is where it's at. That's where you get the big bucks. From what I know about it, I can tell you it looks kind of weird the way they do this stage racing thing, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. I call it segments, 1, 2, and 3. But I mean, really? Let's just throw the checkered flag at the end of the race. We know how many laps it is. Why make it complicated for the people that want to watch it? That's just about racing. And the reason I'm talking a lot about racing tonight is because I got a new show coming up. I'm going to do a racing show on Sundays, probably at 8 p.m. every Sunday. And I'm telling you that all I'm going to do is give my somewhat slanted and unbiased opinion of what went down in the race. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I'm saying to you guys out there that there's other kinds of racing other than NASCAR. Okay, we can all sit in the trailer park and drink a few beers and watch the thing on the tube. Or we can go to the infield over at Daytona, or we can go to whichever track you want to go to. The sports car racing thing is a whole different animal with the Racers Group and some of these other guys are out there racing in it. And there's a lot of people. Robin actually mentioned, look at Danica Patrick came straight up from IndyCar and decided to drive a big clunky. Yeah, I know. It's kind of a big challenge, and everybody's like, she'll never make it. They said the same thing about a bunch of other people too, but a lot of people did make it, and a lot of people survived it all. So, well, it's okay. There's a big difference between driving an Indy car and one of these they're calling it now Monster Energy Series cars for NASCAR in the big series, and they're saying, well, yeah, those cars weigh 10 times what an Indy car does. Of course it does. But they don't go 212 miles an hour except when they're in Talladega and Daytona. So anyway, yeah, it's a big thing. A lot of people don't like Danica. A lot of people don't like my guy, Kevin Harvick. A lot of people don't like Kurt Busch. A lot of people didn't like Clint Boyer when he took over for Tony Stewart, who retired. I'm going to have Tony on here to talk about his experience pretty soon. It's not going to be tonight, but it'll be on one of my Sunday shows. So here's the deal. Stewart Haas Racing is my kind of like my go-to team. They're my favorite people. I got all my favorite drivers driving there. For all it's worth. Yeah, don't kick Danica around just because she's a female. I remember back when Billy Lester was driving for the waste management car, and then they were like, yeah, you're not ever going to make. Well, he was the first black man to race in that series, and it was like, you're never going to make it. And they're like, he's like, why? Well, because you're from California. Well, that's not the way it is with us, because we just got experience with the major grand experience with the guys that race the GT series and all the sports car racing that you can see out there, the Grand Prix, GTPs, and all this stuff. I mean, there's so many different classes and so much excitement and action. So,
Craven, let's talk about the crossover. Between
we are
people that are racing cars, racing motorcycles, BMX racing, boat racing, and that's what we want to do on Sundays. We want anybody with an event that has a racing experience that they want to share about. You know, boat racing, car racing, motorcycle racing, bicycle racing, it's all the same. You're all doing the same thing in your own sports. So we want to be the Racing Sunday Show.
Oh, we are. We are the Racing Sunday Show, but here's the thing. There is so many different kinds of racing we're going to cover. Not just, flat track's a big deal. And you get flat track racers on motorcycles. And back in the day it was board track, and now it's just like, we're in the dirt. And what experience I had with racing the roundy round cars when I was younger was, it wasn't that long ago. I always raced on the asphalt and not in the dirt. But these guys that go out and do the flat track on the motorcycles are really killing it. They're having a good time, and yeah, they're racing for money. And that's what it's about, Robin.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. When we started to think about this, it was only because of Mr. Bob Page, and we're giving a shout out to you, Bob, because we love you. You know, when Bob came to me about the racing adventures that he was promoting, and we're very thrilled about the racing group, and also, when you're going to sit back and watch racing, crack open a bottle of wine from the Adobe
Yeah.
Road Winery, and you can sign up and you can have their wines are the greatest wines that Craven ever tasted in his life.
Oh yeah, baby. And you can have them delivered right to your home,
Delivered
or
to your
yeah.
home. Sign up. We'll put it up on our website, and you can fill out the application. They've got a great wine. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. I've drank wine in my life, beer in my life. You know, I'm Irish. I've drank a lot of stuff in my life. And the Adobe Road Winery has some wonderful blends that you might want to test out on a regular basis. Also, when you are sitting back and watching anything sports-wise, it goes great with cheese, some Italian food, some salami. Hey, I love my Italian food and some wine and cheese. So we're just suggesting it, but the Adobe Road Winery has the best wine and the best bottles of wine you ever want to taste. And we will let you know, and we will put in a thing up on our website where you can fill out a form to be a member of the club. Now, this isn't somebody that, these are not a wine that you have to think is out of your ballpark. It's an inexpensive winery club. It's great. And the wines are the most exquisite wines you're ever going to taste.
Very delicious.
Very delicious. Craven loved it. But the thing is that the wines are awesome. So if you want to taste these wonderful wines, I mean, you can go down your grocery aisle and go and get Yellowtail or any of those other wines.
No, that's good.
This is the stuff that will make your palate quench for more. So we are going to continue to talk about Adobe wines on this radio station because we love the wines we had. We love what Dimmitt did for us. And you know what? Dimmitt is somebody that you guys should check out.
Yeah, and they're right
cars.
here. Yeah.
And you should go there. And if you're going to buy a new car, go to Dimmitt. They are wonderful people. They're unbelievable, family-friendly, exquisite people who have a great line of cars, great salesmen, and Dimmitt does it best. If I'm looking for a car, I'm going to Dimmitt. So we just want to let you know that besides all the wonderful things that happen between Dimmitt and the Racers Group and Adobe Wine, we also have some other things that we'd like to talk about. And tonight we're going to share with you a little bit about racing. I pass it over to you, Craven.
Well, I'm back, and I you know what? I love racing. I watch racing. I do it. I've done it, but I mean, there's a lot of overlooked things, and you were talking about even BMX and people riding bicycles and motorcycles and flat track and you know, the MX tracks and all the stuff that they do. But a lot of people don't realize what's going on out there in the sports car world. If you're just a regular old, like I said, if you just sit in the trailer park and watch NASCAR every Sunday, it is what it is. It's okay. Drink your beer, watch your NASCAR, and then make your own opinion about what happens in the pits when they get in the fist fights. But to me, that's the excitement of NASCAR. Now, when you go to the sports car series, that's kind of a gentleman's sort of racing. They don't send them to charm school to go out there and race. That don't mean it ain't hard. That don't mean that people don't bump into each other. That don't mean that you ain't gonna run off the track and get crashed out. A lot of times they tangle. But in the case of what I've learned about all the Grand Prix stuff that's going on out there, there's so many series of it, and I'm like, I'm sitting down there watching Sebring, and they're running three different classes of cars all at the same time, and the overall winner is this one guy, and the guy of this class is something else, and it's like, you know, They have the prototype class, and they have, man, it's incredible how they set this stuff up. But they're out there and they're racing at the track. You're either a winner or a loser. There can only be one winner, but I kind of like the way that they do what they do, and what they do is they let everybody, get on the podium. Why? Well, because it's more of a gentleman's kind of sport. It's not just like we go into the pits to interview somebody. Now, whoever wins in NASCAR goes to victory lane and, do your burnout, carry the flag around the track. That's all good. That's all good, but I'm just like, okay, in sports car racing of any sort, whether it's all the way from IndyCar all the way down to whatever, absolute street stock stuff, it is a whole different animal. And you guys need to, I implore you to check it out. FS1's got it. Fox has got it. A lot of people have got it. And they're up running these videos of these races, and they're really fantastic. The guys just left Sebring. They did really good in the Grand Prix, and one of the classes, they were second place. That's a podium finish. That's the Racers group, and that's because they got great drivers and they got great equipment, and they can offer great opportunities to people, and that's what it's all about, baby. So I don't know. I know Robin was there, and she's like, I don't really know much about racing, but man, I had a good time. And the wine's good, right?
Oh, yeah, and I've got something else to say about the Adobe Road Winery. Here's the inside track membership benefits. 20% off all purchases, including merchandise and wine by glass. Access to our exclusive library wine collection. Tastings of all new vintage releases in our tasting room. Invitations to special club events at the Adobe Road Tasting Room, the Racing Group headquarters in Petaluma, California, and various locations across the country, and exclusive members-only allocations and discounts. Choose from 2, 4, 6, or 12 bottles per shipment. But besides that, here's the thing. They have wines that include various, very different selections. You've got Rosé, Viognier, Semillon, Chardonnay, Zinfandel, Redline, Sierra, Cabernet Franc, Apex, Cabernet Sauvignon. And that's something that they proved to us was awesome and the best tasting wine I've ever tasted in my life. Their vineyards go off to the Napa Valley, Russian River Valley, Knights Valley, and Creek Valley. They have a very exclusive winery in the sense of they have perfection. That's why I say exclusive. They are perfection. And you know what they do with that perfection? They give you perfection at a very reasonable cost. Their wines are very, very awesome.
Yeah, I can make a testament to that. I'm not a big wine drinker, but I actually loved it. And some of the stuff that, man, this ain't grocery store wine, people. But anyhow, that's a lot about the Adobe Road Winery. While I got this flyer in my hand, I was gonna pump up this event that's going for autism. It's the Bikers in Blue Poker Run. This is the second one they've held. For Autism Speaks. Now, for whatever it's worth, you can come to this run on your bike or in your car or on your ATV, or you can come there however you get there. You can take a cab. Go to the run. It starts at P.J. Dolan's Irish Pub and Grill, 2836 East Barris Avenue, Tampa, Florida. And it goes from there to Finish Line and St. Ann Liquors, and it goes extra card stop at the Pit Boss. I almost said the wrong thing. The Pit Boss, which is right there at 40th and Bush Boulevard in Tampa. And then you go to Doc's Pub and Grill, and then you go to Bucket's Tavern and Tap. And you know what? All the proceeds go to a good cause, which is the Autism Speaks Foundation. And because it says bikers, and a lot of the law enforcement people are involved in this, and that's what it's all about. So I implore you to go out there, have a good time. It's April the 15th, 2017. And it does start at 8 a.m., which is, yeah, you know, all right, okay. So I had a big Friday night, but it's worth it getting up and going out there and supporting these kids and all the stuff that's going on. So we always talk about motorcycles. We always talk about racing. We always talk about everything. But my racing program that I'm starting up here is going to be strictly about racing, and we already went over quite a bit of racing already. So we'll probably get back to that in a few minutes.
All right, sorry, Craven. I can't do well with this microphone, but I'm trying.
Well, it's okay.
Here's our other announcements. These are local announcements. Autism Speaks Biker Run. Blue Runs.
Got that.
Saturday. No, I'm going to go through all the announcements.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
April 15th at 2017 at 8 a.m. P.J. Dolan's Irish Pub and Grill. They're located at 2836 East Bears Avenue, Tampa, Florida. 33613. That's if you want to Google it. I know. Sponsored by Born to Ride Radio, TV, magazine, PirateRadioNetwork.com. Fran Hosh, Law Group. Hope you had a happy birthday yesterday, Fran. Judy Predator Patrol. Predator Patrol Concealed Weapon Class. April 29th, 2017. April 8th. And that's at, and then she also has the 9th annual run, JT's Roadhouse, at 13609 North Florida Avenue, Tampa, Florida, 33613, and tickets are available. Check out Judy's website at www.safetyzoneadvocacy.org. We just want to keep promoting the people that give back to the community. And that's what we're here to do. Thank you, Craven.
Hey, no problem. And that's what we continue to do, and we're not going to stop now. So, whatever you do, go out, support your bike runs, support your racers, support everything. And if you're not doing anything on a Friday night and you can't afford to go somewhere, well, you can always go to the local racetrack and watch them go around in circles. It don't cost much to get in. They got cold beer and hot dogs and such. It's not that bad. What we do here to try to bring some stuff, this is not really a news thing. This is just something we did to have some promotional. Well, what we're doing is we're getting everybody excited. We're getting everybody excited about what's coming up, about the big racing program that's going to be going on, and about the news program that I'm putting on. We have a lot of people that want to join up with us and come in as a business-to-business kind of a thing. We want to get in it, and we're going to be in it to win it. A lot of yeah, okay, fine. So I do some of the weird news every now and then. Like the guy that had 75 million bees in his house. Stuff like that. I'm not going to go back into all the stuff that just happens around here in the neighborhood. But I can tell you, all you have to do is stay tuned to the Pirate Radio Network, and you're going to see much, much, much more. So, some of our sites.
And And Craven, tell them about how we're going to have a karaoke night where everybody can call
Oh,
in.
yeah, we can do that. Well, I've got the karaoke loaded up
We're going
already.
to have a lot of events coming up. We're going to have a karaoke night where you can call in and sing online.
Yeah, and then...
And the winner's going to win a prize.
Yeah, we got things to give
And we're
away.
going to have bands that are going to come in here and play for you live. And we're also going to have a lot of other events coming up. But this is the goal we have. We're revamping the Pirate Radio Network. We're going to be radio, talk show, music, sports, and that's what we're all about. We're about keeping you entertained, and we're going to go live a lot more so that you can call in and request a song. Even if when we have bands, you want to request a song, we got it. If you want to call in and you want to sing karaoke, we're going to have our karaoke nights. You don't have to go out to the bar. You can sit at home and sing along because we're about music. And right now, Craven's going to put a music song on right now, and we're going to take a break.
Yeah, that's what we do. We always take a break from it whenever we can. That way we have nature calls break, that's kind of cool. Anyway, listen, I appreciate you guys listening in tonight and having a good time with us. Yeah, we're going to put a little bit of music on, and we're going to keep it rocking here as long as we can possibly keep it rocking. We appreciate you guys coming in and listening to some of the sites. Like I said, BornToRide.com is one, WPRN-DB is another, the Pirate-Radio-Network.com is another, and we just got more and more and more sites coming every day. So we're being carried all over the nation. Hope you guys are ready for all over the world, because that's what we do now. You can tune us in anywhere on the internet, on any device, your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your desktop, whatever you want to do, tune us in. We're here, the Pirate Radio Network.com.
Operating from Re-Education Camp number 4376, this is Pirate Radio 102.1 FM, a member of the New World Order Broadcasting Network. The Party Pirate.
right. That's Mellow Bravo out there. With I Get Off. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're just taking a break here at the Party Pirate 102.1 FM.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's home to me, and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk up. My shadow's only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone out there will find me. Till then I walk alone. I'm walking down the line that divides me somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge and where I walk alone. Read between the lines, what's felt up and everything's alright. Check my vital signs and know I'm still alive, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk up. My shadow's only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one. And I walk up. My shadow's only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me. Till then I walk alone.
All right. We're back, and we wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in tonight and having a good time with us here at the Pirate Radio Network, www.pirate-radio-network.com. We wanted to say we'll see you again soon. We're doing more shows. More and more shows are coming on. You'll see new people, new faces, and new things happening here at the Pirate Radio Network, 102.1 FM. Thanks for tuning in again. We appreciate it and all your support. We'll be back live. And we'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane.